What if I told you that one of your favorite YouTuber just disappeared? Maybe not your favorite, or probably yes, but anyway, no goodbye, no farewell post, no scandal, just silence. I know you wondering who I'm talking about.
Shut up, everybody. Listen.
Sonny V2, the faceless king of internet documentaries, the man who turned other people's downfalls into content gold. That is who I'm talking about, and no one knows why. For those who know him not much like me. Sonny V2 is a creator with over 4 million subscribers, millions of views per video, and one of the most consistent upload schedules on the platform. Just vanished. And fans, they're spiraling. Theories are flying. Is he sick, burnt out, cancelled? Or did YouTube quietly pull the plug on his entire channel? I don't know either, but we will probably know why today. What started as a simple absence is now turning into one of the platform's strangest mysteries. Let's break it all down, from his rise, to the silence, to the theories that just might be true. Before we dig what might have happened, we just first need to understand who Sonny V2 really is. Because this guy didn't just make videos, he shaped an entire genre. Yes, you heard me right. Sonny wasn't always the mysterious, faceless documentary guy we know today. He actually started out like many of us, casually posting RuneScape gameplay back in 2015 under the name Might of Sun. Yeah, Might of Sun. Honestly, not a bad name. He was just another gamer, camera on, voice awkward, casually talking about getting level 99 stats like it was life or death. But that version of Sonny didn't take off. The RuneScape content flopped. So he pivoted, tried motivational videos, Fortnite content, even facecam style uploads, but still no traction. Then something clicked. He found gold in a niche almost nobody else was touching.
Oh my God! Wow!
Downfall documentaries, the rise and fall of creators, influencers, tech companies, told with cinematic flair, eerie music, and a voice that somehow made you feel like you were watching a thriller movie. That pivot changed everything. He went faceless, wiped his image off the internet, took on a profile picture that looked like a World War II general straight out of a strategy game, and rebranded as Sonny V2. From there, he exploded. Millions of views per upload. Weekly videos that felt more like mini-films than YouTube content. He became the go-to guy for what happened to content, turning scandals into story arcs and public meltdowns into digital history. Sonny wasn't just a YouTuber, he became the narrator of internet culture. And for years, he never missed a Thursday upload, until he did. March 20th, 2025, Sonny V2 posts a video titled, How Microtransactions Destroyed Plants vs. Zombies. Classic Sonny. Well-researched, polished, nostalgia-heavy. But this one was different. Not because of the content, but because it would be his last. Since that upload, no new videos, no tweets, no community posts, no signs of life. At first, nobody panicked. He'd probably just delayed the next upload, right? Maybe he was sick or taking a quick break. But a week passed, then 2, then 4. Suddenly,
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
people started noticing the silence wasn't temporary. The comment section of that last video, it transformed. The top comment used to be about plants versus zombies. Now it's, where's Sonny? Is he okay? Did he quit? Bro went to get milk and never came back. It turned into a full-on YouTube search party. And the weirdest part, there was no warning, no farewell, no sign he was planning to leave, no dramatic exit video, no burnout rant, not even a, hey guys, taking a break, just gone. And that's when the theories began to roll in. But the first one was more terrifying than anyone expected. So where did Sonny go? Well, one of the first theories to explode across Reddit and YouTube comments was, he got demonetized. Sounds extreme? Maybe, but hear this out. For a channel like Sonny V2's, faceless, sponsor-free, and running like a one-man newsroom, ad revenue isn't just important, it's everything. Sonny never did brand deals. He doesn't have an email for business inquiries. He didn't plug merch, Patreon, or paid courses. He was old school, straight YouTube ads. That's it. So imagine this. You're putting 40+ hours into every video, writing, editing, researching, animating timelines, only to wake up one morning and realize your paycheck's gone. YouTube turned off the faucet. No ads, no money, no incentive to keep working. That would break anyone, and that's where this theory takes off. Because some viewers noticed that Sonny's channel doesn't have a community tab. Now, usually when a channel gets flagged or demonetized due to repeated violations, that tab can disappear as part of a quiet disciplinary action. So people started connecting the dots. No uploads, no posts, no income stream, and no community tab. Boom. Case closed, some fans said. But hold on, there's a catch. YouTube also doesn't show the community tab if you've never never used it before, meaning if Sonny just never made a post there, it wouldn't show up anyway. So maybe it's not a punishment. Maybe it's just minimalism. And that one little technicality, it cracked the whole theory wide open. So if he wasn't demonetized, then what? That's when people turn to something much more human and much more likely. Now let's be real for a second. Even if your channel's thriving, the grind can still crush you. And no one grinded harder than Sonny V2. We're talking weekly uploads, every Thursday, with no missed days for years, no breaks, no sorry I've been gone videos, just video after video after video. But these weren't lazy uploads. They were mini documentaries, deep dives. He wasn't just talking over gameplay. He was combing through internet rabbit holes, finding old deleted tweets, obscure Reddit threads, ancient blog posts, and niche references you forgot even existed. Each video was basically its own investigative report, and Sonny was a one-man newsroom. Now imagine doing that nonstop, every week, for years, with millions watching, judging, waiting. It's not just about editing fatigue. It's the mental toll of constantly digging into the worst moments of people's lives. Every story is a scandal, a downfall, a disaster. You're swimming in negativity week after week, and even though he was the narrator, not the subject, it starts to get to you. But wait, there's more. The pressure wasn't just internal, it was external too. Because once you become the downfall guy, your audience expects perfection. Every video has to be right, every fact triple-checked, every opinion safe enough not to trigger mass outrage. But that didn't always happen. Remember the Chris Tyson situation? Yeah, that one. Sonny made a video titled, "Why Chris Tyson Will Become a Nightmare for Mr. Beast," and the internet lost its mind. Now here's where things get really interesting and a little messy. Because if burnout didn't take Sonny down, this next moment might have. It all started when Sonny V2 uploaded a video titled, "Why Chris Tyson Will Become a Nightmare for Mr. Beast." The title alone? A landmine. For context, Chris Tyson, longtime friend and collaborator of Mr. Beast, had recently come out as trans, a deeply personal decision that, like everything involving massive creators, turned into public discourse overnight. Sonny's take? He didn't focus on Chris's identity. He focused on the business implications. He argued that Chris's transition could hurt the Mr. Beast brand, affect sponsorships, and shift public perception. Not in a hateful way, but in a strategic one. It was cold, analytical, very Sonny. But the internet didn't see it that way. The response? Brutal. People accused the video of being invasive, disrespectful, even transphobic. A storm erupted on Twitter. Viewers called for Sonny to delete the video, and Mr. Beast himself, yes, Jimmy, stepped in. He tweeted that Chris was his friend, not a nightmare, and that the wave of transphobia online was not just frustrating, it was infuriating. That tweet, it put a massive spotlight on Sonny's video. The fallout came fast. 170,000 plus dislikes, 20,000 subscribers lost. Comment sections flooded with outrage. Sonny didn't respond. He didn't defend. He didn't explain. He just kept posting for a while. Then a few uploads later, silence. Now, here's the wildest part. If you go back and watch that video now, you'll notice he wasn't entirely wrong. There were consequences. The Mr. Beast brand did face scrutiny. Chris himself eventually stepped back from the channel. So was Sonny being harsh, or was he just early? Either way, the damage was done. That moment changed how people viewed him, not just as a creator, but as a person. And maybe, just maybe, it made him question whether being in the spotlight was worth it anymore. Because when even your coldest, most clinical video gets turned into a personal attack, maybe that's the moment you start pulling away. But here's the thing. What if there's no big scandal, no meltdown, no demonetization, no final straw? What if Sonny just left? No drama, no announcement, just done. It happens more often than you think. Creators spend years chasing numbers, pouring their lives into videos, riding this wild roller coaster of attention and pressure, until one day they wake up and realize, I don't want to do this anymore. And when you're faceless like Sonny, it's easier than ever to vanish. No meet and greets, no fans recognizing you at Target, no pressure to show up unless you choose to. He could be anywhere right now, living a normal life, watching his own disappearance unfold in the comment section, smiling quietly to himself. Some say maybe he's working on a massive comeback video, a full-length documentary about his own disappearance. Others think he's done with the platform entirely, that Sonny V2 was always meant to be a temporary chapter. And honestly, that would be the most Sonny thing ever. To ghost YouTube at his peak, to leave without fanfare, to become the final subject of his own genre. But here's the truth. We don't know. Nobody does. And that silence, that unanswered question, that's what keeps us watching. So now we're left with a silence, louder than any upload. Sonny V2, the man who chronicled the internet's greatest downfalls, may have quietly written his own ending. No scandal, no breakdown, just a slow fade to black. Was it burnout, backlash, demonetization? monetization? Or did he simply realize that disappearing was the most poetic move of all? We've watched him document the chaos of others. We analyzed every detail. Now, we're doing the same thing to him. And maybe that's the point, because if there's one thing Sonny taught us, it's this. Every story ends. Sometimes loud, sometimes messy, but sometimes it just stops. And the mystery, that's what keeps us coming back. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think happened to Sonny V2? Was this all planned? Did YouTube shut him down? Or did he finally walk away for good? Drop your theory in the comments. I'm reading everyone. And if you want to be the first to know when or if Sonny makes his comeback, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because trust me, when he returns, it's going to break the internet. Until then, we wait.